So hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of AMZ's Corner. How you guys all doing out there? So yeah, kind of a busy day going today. I got this 350Z up here on the lift. I've actually started this last night. It's got a completely smoked clutch. So yeah, I pulled the exhaust off last night, heated up the bolts to get those out, no big deal. But I think I'm going to do a little time-lapse action of that. We're kind of worried about the flywheel. I'll explain that when we get in there. But before we start that, I got something else I want to show you guys that came back for a little bit. We got the MG Type T back. This is actually a kit car based on a Volkswagen Beetle. I was told it was a Super Beetle, but that's not a Super Beetle front end. So I'm not sure exactly what year it is, but I know it is a Volkswagen Beetle. The interesting thing, and the reason it's backed into the bay here like this and it's plugged into the wall with a charger, it is an electric conversion. Real neat car though, something you don't see every day as the kit car, and then it's electrified. It's like a triple threat. I don't know if it's the best idea, but it's definitely a head turner for sure. So you guys can get a good look under there. It's got the Volkswagen transaxle with this big electric motor, and I believe it's 10 batteries, 12 volt batteries, 144 volts the plate. That's how many volts it runs. Yeah, real neat. It's got the Volkswagen transmission, like I said, but no clutch. Electric motor, you don't need a clutch because the motor can just stop and start, or you can just let off the throttle and make a shift. There's really no weight in the armature of the motor for the synchros to slow down. So it's had brake issues. This left rear wheel parking brake was binding up. The cables on the lever in there, sorry, were out of place, ran the wrong way, so I had to fix that. No big deal, it only took me a little bit, and then I had to put a reverse light switch in it. So yeah, anyways, let me get you guys set up on a time lapse because I got to get this car right here out of here, and let's see if there's any surprises on this 350Z transmission. All right, got to get to work. Took about, well, it's 9 o'clock now. I think I started at about 8, so it took me about an hour to get out. No big deal, not too hard to do, not much really different than any other car transmission. Access is pretty good. Nice dirty throw-out bearing. Here's the old clutch. Now, they drove this until the car wouldn't move. Like, we couldn't even drive it in the door, we had to push it in. And it looks like they just caught the rivet heads on the flywheel. Now, the trouble is, with a vehicle like this flywheel is $1,000 flywheel, something like 900 or something, I was told. I didn't look up the prices, but no machine shop wants to machine this flywheel. It's a dual mass dampened. I don't think it's a dual mass. I was told it was a dual mass, but I think that's just a strangely dampened flywheel, and no one wants to cut that for us. So we gave the customer the option of replacing the flywheel when we got in here, or resurfacing it in-house. Now, what I'm going to do isn't something that's necessarily recommended, but it's what the customer wants. He doesn't want to spend more, you know, at $900, that's about what this is costing parts and labor to do. So I'm going to take some 3M, it's kind of like a Scotch-Brite pad, on my die grinder, and I'm just going to cut this nasty looking heat glaze off of here. And it should be fine. It might chatter a bit while it's breaking in. I've had good luck doing that, but I know some of you guys are going to rip into me for not replacing the flywheel. Sometimes, ultimately, it's not my decision what parts get replaced on a customer's car. It's the customer's decision. It's their property. And this guy opted, he said he'll live with chatter to save $1,000. And quite frankly, I would have done the same thing, so I don't blame him. So let's take a quick look at this clutch kit we got. It's pretty much your average kit we get aftermarket. This is a company that I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we looked at. I'm not even going to touch it, that thing's nasty. This might even be the same company that made this clutch as the clutch in the car. And it comes with a pilot bearing, or a pilot bushing in this case, a clutch alignment tool, some spline lube. Really well packaged. These kits always are. And there we have the brand new friction disc, a VW clutch. See, they don't, just because it says one thing on the box doesn't mean the clutches are made by them. See, there's a VW. I've opened these kits and I've seen Sox clutches in here. So, an acceptable replacement. It's definitely a little different. I see more dampening springs in the replacement unit. That's going to be interesting. We got a replacement throw-out bearing. This is the bearing that the clutch fork works on, that pushes onto the pressure plate, which is here. Here is the brand new pressure plate. And just a VW clutch, just like the other friction disc. Makes sense. So yeah, let me get this thing cleaned up. I still got the time lapse running. You guys are curious of how I film my time lapses. It's this GoPro Hero 4 Session is a great little hideaway, tuck-away time-lapse camera. So yeah, let me break out the refinishing tools and let's clean this flywheel up and continue on with the time-lapse. guys, that didn't take too long at all. It's about 11:15. I haven't tried to start it yet. Hopefully we don't have any nasty clutchy noises. Clutch pedal feels good. Goes into gear pretty well. One way to find out. So far so good. It moves. Oh, that feels nice. That feels nice and buttery, boys. Nice and buttery. Nice and smooth engagement. So you see, you don't always have to send the flywheels out to be machined. If this had ran the rivets into the flywheel anymore, then it would have been done for. If you got scores and scratches and cracks in the flywheel, then you need to have it either replaced or machined. This one really didn't look that bad, so we cleaned it up with the die grinder with the 3M Scotch-Brite pad. Seems pretty good. Nice. Bed it in a few times. No chatter, no noises. Didn't take very long. Boy, I really like these cars. I really do. These Nissan 350Zs. Nice and tight feeling. Nice crisp handling. Trannies shift great. You can just roll through these gears all day long. Well, why don't we get on it a little bit? I could have tacked this thing out. This thing's red line about 6,600 or so, and that's when they make the most power. But like I said in some of my other videos, it's not my car to beat on. It's my car to repair. Nice smooth engagement. Nice, nice. Sometimes I really, really love my job. Oh, sometimes I love my job too much. You don't have to beat on a car to have fun in it, man. You don't have to be smoking the tires or hooning it out sideways to put a smile on my face. Well, anyways, that's enough of this, boys. Until next time, boys, keep it out of the cabbage.